one major effect of being abused by a narcissist is that you end up neglecting yourself. Oftentimes, in order to take care of other people, the narcissist specifically, or perhaps you just don't see yourself as someone worth taking care of. The years of being neglected by the narcissist in a relationship leave you believing that your needs are not as important or that it is noble to not ask for any help. Or perhaps you might even feel guilty for asking for things. I have discovered I have discovered that one of the secrets to healing from narcissistic abuse and neglect is to learn how to put yourself and your needs first. Doing this, you learn that you don't always need to be there for other people, and you do not need to put up with other people's abusive behavior. And here's how. Some of you may believe that taking care of yourself is selfish, or putting yourself last is noble, and often you get neglected in the process. With this thinking, you get neglected in the process. You go all out for other people, but never receive the same in return. You take care of people, but no one takes care of you. You're always there for people, but somehow feel neglected in the process. That is not a healthy balance. That is not what makes up a healthy relationship. Both people should be putting in an effort to be there for the other person, but unfortunately with a narcissist that does not happen. And because of this, you end up not taking care of your needs, and your, your, your needs are always in the back burner. If you have something important that you need to do for yourself, you put that aside. If the narcissist comes with an emergency, you end up putting that aside because their needs are more important, right? In quotes. You find your identity in helping other people, right? You feel your sense of worth for being there for people. Codependency, right? And that's part of codependency. You feel you're always the savior, always the go-to person. You always jump at the chance to help people and be there for the narcissist. Or maybe you have done this in the past. Maybe you're recovering from narcissistic abuse now and you distance yourself, but you used to do this in the past. You're always the one doing the most work. You're always the one at work with 1,000,001 jobs, but not getting paid for them. You are expected to know exactly what people want, what people need, or what the narcissist wants and needs without being told, right? You're supposed to just know what people want or expecting anything in return because it's your duty, right? It can be extremely frustrating because it can be extremely frustrating because you know that you will do all this, but you never receive the same in return. And most of the time, your efforts go unnoticed or unappreciated, right? People will only notice that you do this for them when, let's say, you stop doing it, then they start whining like it is their right to have you there sacrificing for them. But you need to learn how to finally look after number one, how to look after yourself. Be a little greedy, like a lot greedy, with your own needs and your own time, and the people you choose to be around. By putting yourself first means you're being kind to yourself as you are to others. It means you're taking care of yourself as you take care of others, and you can be more productive and organized and a better person in general. Loving yourself does not mean you're selfish. It's a necessity. When you're happy and whole within yourself, you're able to give to other people from a healthy place. Not giving to other people for the sake of receiving validation because your identity is wrapped in helping other people, but rather because you're so full you can give to other people. And when I speak about other people, I'm not talking about the narcissist. Right? This, when you start validating yourself, and when you're happy within yourself, and you're able to let go of what no longer serves you, including people and situations, this will essentially make you nasty because you only allow things that are good for you. The moment something like a narcissist comes along that's bad for you, that tries to destroy your identity or anything of the sort, you're able to walk away from them and leave them because it does not go with your identity. It's if you build healthy self-esteem and healthy self-love, you become a narcissist repellent because they need you to hate yourself in order for them to come into your life, right? And this is exactly why they do this. They have a way of creating this sort of dependency. They want you to be dependent on them. They want you to dependent on their validation, rather. They want you to do any and everything to get their validation. Right? They have a way of making you responsible for their lives. Like it's your job to make you happy. Otherwise, you won't get your validation. But if you can validate yourself from within, well, then you don't need to participate in any of that. Right? So, where does all of this come from? What's the root cause? Again, um, as you probably know, well, the narcissist creates this sort of dependency, as I said. But it could also come from your family. Perhaps you grew up in a codependent family and you were sort of expected to be there and take care of everyone, it's your duty without asking for anything. Or perhaps one of your parents was a narcissist and, you know, again, you were made responsible for their happiness. And so when you grow up, you end up being still codependent and attracted to the type of people like your family who needed you to rescue them in order to feel like you're valid. Maybe you were a child who was forced to be the adult, you know, the parent in the situation. Your parent may not have been responsible, so you had to be the responsible one. Again, narcissistic family and healthy family dynamics. Um, Maybe there was alcoholism, abuse, things like that. All those could be the root causes of why you neglect yourself and why it was easy for the narcissist to come into your life and play that role because you're almost pre-programmed to neglect yourself and put someone else's needs above your own. So when the narcissist came in, it was almost natural for them, for you two to connect because you needed some codependency. You needed someone to take care of, and they need someone to take care of them. So because narcissists are codependent, right? All of this could stem from childhood. Our beliefs about ourselves are created in childhood, and they determine how we operate in adulthood. So you need to learn how to stay away from people like narcissists who make you responsible for their lives and who would never do what you do for them, right? You can't be expected to be all things to all people. That is impossible. You have to start with yourself first, right? You can't, you're not Superman, you're not Jesus Christ, you're just a human being. And you can't be expected to save the world. But you can be there for yourself and your needs. So then how do you do this? After is it growing up in a family where you're codependent and there was a lot of abuse and just unhealthiness, and then you're in a relationship with a narcissist. You never really learned how to take care of yourself. How do you then start doing this? How do you start putting your needs first? Number one, you have to learn how to say no. Like I said, you don't need to be all things to all people. And the narcissist will always ask you to go above and beyond because they believe the world is supposed to fall down at their feet and give them everything they want. So it's up to you to set up these boundaries, which brings me to my point, my second point. Boundaries. Boundaries. Set up healthy boundaries and block the narcissist where they are. Tell them this is where it stops. And if they have a problem with that, they can walk out the door. In fact, you should walk out the door. You shouldn't be dealing with them in the first place. Number three, you need to let go of what no longer serves you. Let go of people, situations, narcissist family members who are only bringing you down. They will not change. The narcissist cannot change. I mean, they can. It would take a lot of work for them to change. Work that a narcissist wouldn't want to do. So let them go. Cut them out. Be all about you. Number four, the savior complex of coming in and saving everyone. It's not good. Give people the luxury of figuring things out on their own, of being independent, of being that person who, or being a problem solver. You don't have to be the problem solver in everyone's life. Let them be in charge of their own lives and solve their own problems. Number six, build self esteem and become dependent on yourself, right? For your own validation. I mentioned this before in the video. Learn how to get validation from within. Know that you are worthy, you are enough as you are, and you do not need it externally from other people. Now, it can be a bit tricky, right? Because we need people to tell us how good we are to feel valid, but you don't always need that. You can validate yourself, feel like you're worthy, good enough as you are because you are you. That's it. That way, you won't have to rely on the knock of people like them feeding you your validation while at the same time making you do their bidding. This again makes you knock proof because what are they going to do, right? Stop self sacrificing. If you do not set these boundaries here for yourself, no one else will do it. You have to be the one to say, no, I will not do it, right? People are more capable of solving their own problems and sorting out their own issues than you think. So it is not up to you. In the age, show up for your needs, show up for yourself. Ask yourself, what do I need? Do I need to take a break? Do I need some time off? Do I need to take a nap? Do I need to go eat? Do I need to go, read a book? What do you want to do? Ask yourself that. You also might need to start taking care of your inner child, especially if you grew up in a narcissistic or neglectful family situation. Chances are your needs were neglected and your inner child suffered in that way. So speak to your inner child. Ask them, what do they need? What do you need from me? I'm here for you. No one was there for you in the past, but I'm here. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you. What do you want? What are we doing? You know? And lastly, get rid of any negative core beliefs that may be supporting you putting your needs last. These again could be linked to low self-esteem and codependency. So getting rid of these beliefs is good for you. Beliefs of feeling unworthy, unlovable, not good enough, all of which could have stemmed from childhood of being in a long relationship with a narcissist. Those need to go because they're like the foundation of how you act and the things you do. So when you get rid of these beliefs, these limiting beliefs, negative core beliefs, you are able to move on. You're easily able to change these behaviors, like being, like being more selfish and doing things for yourself. You easily start doing that because there's nothing supporting that internally. So you can finally look out for number one. You can finally start taking care of yourself, which is just, it's always a good choice to do that. Taking care of yourself is always a good choice, right? It's okay to carve out some time for yourself. It's okay to take that extra bubble bath or make yourself a cup of tea, just do little nice things for yourself. I mean, who else is supposed to take care of you like that, right? Your narcissist sure as hell isn't gonna do it. It's not your job to be there for everyone. You can only be responsible for yourself and your life. And if you keep being responsible for the narcissist and what they do, they will drain you of your life force and of everything you have. You need to learn to put yourself first and distance yourself from people like the narcissist who will only destroy you in the end. It's okay to put yourself first. It's okay to be selfish. It's okay to take some time off for yourself. It's okay. You need to be the first person to look after yourself, especially if you've been through something horrible like narcissistic abuse. And it's okay to do that. Stop finding your validation and being there for other people. Start finding it in you, yourself, knowing that you're worthy enough as you are. It's such a beautiful thing when you get to that place because you realize that you've had everything you needed all along. The narcissist was never part of the equation. They forced themselves into that situation, but you could carry on without them. It's a really amazing, beautiful thing, and I wish all of you could reach that place where you feel like you do not need the narcissist. When you're not sitting there and listening, you're like, "Oh my God, I need a narcissist." No, you don't. There was all a trick. It was all a lie. It's an illusion. They need you. You do not need them anymore. You have enough as you are. You are enough as you are. And that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful or would like to know more about recovering from narcissistic abuse that will help you in your journey, please subscribe and watch out for my other live videos. I wish you all the best on your narcissistic abuse recovery journey. I'm here for your support. I've left my email in the description box if you need to discuss this, and I will be dropping more videos on how to recover from narcissistic abuse. I have myself have suffered all my life. I don't want to say all my life, but from a very young age, because I grew up with a narcissist in my family. And this is something I've been working on for years, how to recover. I've taken the slow, little steps here and there to try and heal and recover from this. Researched a lot of psychology, learned a lot about narcissistic abuse, other personality disorders, and just try to become healthy and better. And it's really helped me along the way. So I want to share everything I've learned with people who might be going through what I went through. So if you want to know more, please subscribe and hit the notification to be alerted when I go live next. I'll see you in the next live. Bye.